Everyone, Dr. Smith, physical therapist here, and I wanted to share some tips with you on improving your OASIS documentation today. Now, I've done OASIS on every single EMR at this point. I am currently using Home Care Home Base, which as we know is the devil when it comes to documentation in home care, but the more you use it, the better you get at it. But these are my tips in general for making your OASIS smoother, easier, and just making your job easier in general and getting the documentation out of the way. Now, what I recommend you doing first is, as always, call the patient the night before. If you can get a hold of them and hopefully their voicemail isn't full, you ask them to please have a list of their medications ready as well as have their medications out. Once you get to their house, if you know they're home and you're using a tablet like this, start the visit then so you don't waste any time. Before you go into the house, use your consent forms. Besides the ones on here, use your consent forms, the paper ones to fill out. Use those and fill them out as much as you can before you go into the house with the insurance policy. Obviously, you're not going to know the living will, the advance directive, or the frequency, but you can fill out a lot of the stuff that you need to fill out and the patient's name on those forms, as well as check where they need to sign. Fill those out. So once you have your visit started, your forms filled out, you go to the house, you do the vitals, and then what you're going to do is once you do the vitals, is you're going to look at their medications. You're going to do the medications first. You're going to write them down or put them in the tablet. This is tedious and it sucks, but once you are done with the tedious work of putting your medications in the tablet or writing them down or whatever you're doing, the rest of your visit's going to become so much easier. And once they go to sign the consent, once you do your visit, you'll have the frequencies that you're going to need to add the consents in here and all of that. But by doing it in this order and trying to document as much as you can in the home, as well as already having stuff filled out before you go into the house, it's going to make your life much easier. Now, you're not going to want to hear this, but for all visits, I recommend that you do most of the documentation in the house so your life's easier later on. I know it's harder with OASIS especially. What I'm going to do is actually post a template below. If you've taken my home health mentor course, you've had access to these templates, and if you've used them, you may have even sent me a testimonial like this one right here, saying how it made your job so much easier. I actually have a lot of templates, mostly for WellSky Kinzer, and now I'm releasing a bunch of templates for Home Care Home Base. As always, if you want a 40% code off the home health course, make sure you DM me. You do get 10 CEUs, and because it's approved by the Florida board, it transfers to mostly every other state, and you'll get the templates. So I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, comment below. I hope it was helpful, and make sure you check out my scheduling video as well, especially if you're using Home Care Home Base on how to map your visits the night before. What I do now is actually I start furthest away and make my way back. But hopefully you enjoyed the templates below, hopefully you enjoyed the content, and hopefully your next OASIS goes much smoother. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.